Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share some flip-throughs with you because I ordered a lot of new books, maybe 20 or so, but I'm only going to do maybe three or four. And the first one I'm going to do is one that just got here, and that is Forest Girl 3. I have the first one and the second one. The first one is like this with this type of cover. The second one is a hardbound book and is much bigger. And then this one here is like the first one. So her format changed over the course of 3 books. But in any event, let's get started. Again, it's Forest Girl 3. It's Japanese, so there's no point to me even guessing what any of that says. We do know the author's name is Aepoll, Aeeppol. So it's Aepoll's coloring book of the forest, and we call it Forest Girl 3. Okay, so there's the cover, and I will do my best to be efficient. So look at that when you take the front cover off. Can you see that glare? Yes, it's gorgeous. So that's the inside cover, and then you have flowers here. Let's see, I'm not very efficient in flip throughs, so let's see how it goes. Okay. I have to admit that I have only done maybe 4 pictures in Forest Girl 1 and 0 pictures in Forest Girl 2. And I don't know when I'll get to do anything in this book. I do want to say that the paper in this book feels just like the paper in book 1. And whereas the paper in book 2 is very suitable for watercolor, so I will have to check YouTube out on a frequent basis to see whether or not people are able to use watercolor on these pages. So here's a table of contents. At this point it does me no good, but if I use Google Translate I could see what the names of the chapters were. Okay, so maybe these are some items that I guess will appear throughout the book. By the way, this is my first flip through of any of these that I am about to upload, so I just wanted to tell you that. I just love her style, even though I've been on a very long coloring break, so I haven't colored anything in quite some time, maybe 1 image or 2 images. Now look at this. In her books, on the left side of the page is always your inspiration page, and then on the right side is the image that you're going to color. Now I should have brought my other books in here. I'm in my office now and the other books are in my bedroom. If I'm not mistaken, these images are a wee bit bigger, and I think that's very helpful, but I could be wrong. Beautiful. Look at that. That tablecloth is lovely. I would love to be able to replicate that. These beautiful flowers, and I'm not a flower aficionado, so I couldn't tell you what the flowers are. Daisies? Could be wrong. I'm not a flower person. Look at this. It's kind of like a canopy. Yeah, a canopy bed. So that's very pretty. Leaning against her dresser. Just walking with, this is kind of like a wallpaper page, kind of, you know, because you got shoes, you have the girl, and you have her little dog. I need to pull up Google Translate because even though now I have all 3 books, I don't know what her dog's name is. If you know, please put it in the comments because I really don't know. She's reading a book, which is a girl after my own heart, because that's my biggest thing in my life right now, other than my family and my faith. Okay, she looks like she's going to school, even though, we don't know what the school situation is this year. It's twilight, or it could be very, very early in the morning, and she's looking outside. These beautiful pine trees. Let's turn it so that you can see the whole picture. There you go. I love that picture. A block of ice with a bow on it. Beautiful wall. I would love to try to make that wall look that way. Wood. See how the wood table is? That would be quite difficult to do. She's sitting there contemplating. Notice that she's a big girl now, like a preteen, whereas our other little forest girl was a little smaller. So there is progress in this book. Yeah, at least in my opinion. So this is the next section, and this is in English. It says simply everyday happiness. Sitting in front of doors, very pretty. Sitting on her bed again, looking outside at the beautiful scenery. What is she doing? Trying to balance something on her head while her little dog is watching. In the forest. Hey, she's forest girl, why not? That reminds me of whenever I'm in my bed on my back, either Milo or Toby, my two 5-year-old cats, that's what their favorite place to lay. I'll show you the correct orientation. You know, this even though I have cats, I can imagine. This is a rain dog, by the way. You see the reindeer horns? This would be probably the first picture I color in this book, because I can just imagine it's one of my lovely cats. Okay, she's putting a basket on her head. Is it the trash basket? I'm not sure. Her dog's looking up at her. Looking from the outside in. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I should have the light on, and if I want to turn the light on, I have to say echo, and I don't want to turn that on. There are little bits of instructions here in English. So I'm nearsighted, so I'm going to lift the book to see what it says. It says, a mouth made of long banana, a nose from adding a pen, and curly hair of spinach. I used white paper plate as drawing paper and made a painting with food. I'm not sure what that means, but heck, I'm going to take a much closer look at everything in red or pink in these books here. I mean, on these pages here. So again, this is my first flip through. I haven't seen one on YouTube at all yet. So I'm learning as you guys are learning. Sitting on a cup, a saucer with a teacup or a coffee cup. At her window seat, having maybe her lunch with her dog looking outside. Repotting plants. Sitting and thinking. Again, sitting and thinking. Now this I got from Etsy, and if I can remember the store, which I should be able to just go back into my history, I can link the store in the description box below in case you'd like to order it. I did order 3 books from Etsy. This one, Romantic Country, not Romantic Country, I'll tell you about that one in a minute, but Erie's newest book, and Coloriage Wild 3, which has not come yet. And then I ordered a couple of Coloring Heaven magazines, one which I have here, and one that's on its way. And then other books either that I pre-ordered from Amazon, or I was enabled by somebody else to just buy some books at Amazon. And fourthly or fifth, I don't know, I just gave you several sources, I got Happy Mail from 2 individuals. So in that Happy Mail I got Colormorphia, I got a couple of Creative Haven books, some Demeter Victoria books, and the Creative Haven and Colormorphia, those were gifts, but the 2 of the Demeter Victoria books were from winning from Grace's Coloring Corner. And then one of the Demeter Victoria books that I recently bought, that one is from Watching Anne, A Colorful Life. And I just fell in love with the book because I need to learn how to do skin. And that's just a sampling of some of the new books I have. I still have more that I haven't mentioned yet. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. No, maybe by chapter this font changes. Yeah, see, it's blue. Back here it's red. Let's see if it's in the previous section, if it's a different color. Yes, it's green. So that's to kind of remind you that you're looking at chapters. Just wanted to see if that were the case. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh, look at this tree. I need to know a little bit more about botany because I don't know what kind of tree that is. Here she's sleeping outside with like a body pillow, and her dog is just absolutely relaxed. She's holding like a bed in her hand, and she's in her bed, so that's kind of cute. Ah, she's meeting someone maybe from a different, what's the word? I don't watch much sci-fi or fantasy, but from a different, I can't think of the word because I'm not into that stuff. Okay, looking in the fridge, and you see some Christmas images, at least in that one there. Let's see. I think she's baking. I have to admit, the way that the iPad is on the boom arm, and with my vision, I cannot read anything without lifting the book, and I don't want to upset the video by doing that. So I'll just show you the pictures, and you can go from there. Okay, this looks like it's another section. Oh, this is very interesting. This paper right here on this page is just like the paper in the second book. And let's see if she does that. Yes. These pages here are the watercolor type paper. Now I really have to go to YouTube to find out. I'm going to pause here for a second. I really have to go to YouTube to find out what medium people are using. For example, are they using Neocolor 2s? Are they using the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils? Are they using watercolor itself? I don't know. The reason I paused here is you see, it's just the mountains, a tree stump, the ground, and the dog. But look at this is all open. So you can imagine if you knew anything about watercoloring or blending, what you could do with that sky. So that's very impressive to me. Full page, these are full page inspiration photos. See this background right here? I would love to do this background with the luminance pencils because I think they're marvelous for that. Okay, here. Yes, I'm more and more convinced that this is watercolor paper. And then we get to the end of the book. So now my next objective is to go to YouTube and to try to ascertain as to why only a handful of paper pages were done in that format, that people can use whatever medium they want. I would imagine that even on the other pages you could use like Neocolor 2s and watercolor pencils if you had a light hand, but I'm not very experienced in that at all. I haven't colored in quite some time, so that's just my speculation. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much for your time. I will have a couple more of these, and I'll intersperse them with my book talk, whether it's wrap-ups and so forth. Alright, see you later. Bye.